this is lesson 3, which is a follow-up to the one that you just saw, which is pretty much a slow motion depiction of the palm heel strike, which we're now going to do a little quicker. But the other thing that I wanted to stress to you too is that the most important thing is your survival. And you can use that palm heel, you know, to deflect the individual's arm. If you hit it just correctly, let's say on the elbow or in other parts. Remember I told you earlier on in the introduction that some areas of even the arms are very vital to self-defense, and they have an effect on the vital organs within your body, which will stop that individual perhaps just with that strike alone if you put the correct amount of focus and drive onto it. But you can also use it, instead of using it and following it up with a punch, you can bring it here and then avoid that individual by running away. You could turn and head in this direction if you have to, just to get away from it. So the entire object is your survival, your safety. The best thing is to avoid places where you might have that, and to be constantly alert to the hazards around you. But now I'm going to demonstrate what you would do in a much more quick mode as when I depicted it in lesson 2 on the slow motion. Now you've got to imagine again that Bob has arms, and then I'm going to be striking initially his arm, his elbow, and I'm going to the outside. When I go to the outside, that means that the rest of his body is pretty much dysfunctional because he can't get to me out here. There's nothing else. He might have a kick, but I can neutralize that by going in here, okay? So when he makes he might be making, for example, a grab with his right hand. Most of the time people that you come in contact with are right-handed. So, but whatever you do on one side, you should be able to do it on the other side. So practice both sides. So imagine that he's coming here and he's either going to grab me or he's going to punch me, whatever, whatever his idea is. You want me to go for my throat or whatever. So I'm again going to step out here to about 11 o'clock as he makes his move. And then I run away, okay? Again. Okay? To make it even more violent or effective, I could block him from here. I've just broken his collarbone. All right? So this, I want you just to have that idea. But the main thing is to leave the scene. You stopped him, you discouraged him. He's perhaps laying there, this big bully, who's going to pick on some poor person like you, and he's wishing he hadn't become involved in this in the first place. So that's it for this one. By the way, folks, I am going to introduce a tiny little tool that you might find very interesting that will make even your weakest attacks 10 times more effective. We'll do that later on in the session. So hope to see you then. Thanks.